Okay, overhook close guard technique number 3 here. And again, just mixing up different entries you can use, different approaches. This one, we talked about how from the close guard you've got kind of your knockout punches like your flower sweep, hip sweep, your Kimura, okay, your big finishing moves from close guard, and how you need to combine them with like the jabs, which would be smaller advantages gained within the close guard, just getting a better close guard, a better position within the close guard. But this goes both ways. If we keep that metaphor going of the jab and the knockout punch, when you're throwing a combination, you want to jab in and you want to jab out. So let's say if I was at a moment where I was going for a hip sweep, right, and he blocks it, he posts his hand, I'm not getting it. I don't want to just fall back down to neutral and come out empty-handed. Okay. So if there was an exchange here that was ending with the hip sweep, as I come back down, I'm going to see if I can just opportunistically grab the overhook here. Okay. So now from here, same deal. I'm hipping out. Okay, working my attacks here, starting with the threat of the triangle. This threat of the triangle is going to be what's getting him reacting. Now, when I'm setting up these attacks, I need this initial threat, right? The initial threat here being the triangle. I need my response to if he overreacts to that threat. So that was the last one. If he's trying to close the distance too aggressively here to stop the triangle, if he's moving towards me, I can pass his hand off and start setting up my sweep here. Okay. The third thing we need something to attack with if he's just kind of hunkering down, just kind of trying to weather the storm here, not give me too much, but he's not making real aggressive moves to escape. Okay. So if he's kind of like closing off this space, there's not a realistic shot of the triangle, but he's also not aggressively walking towards me. He's not giving me this hand. Okay, I need an attack for this scenario. So what I'm going to do here is, again, always pushing on this arm. I'm going to try to get my foot on my partner's hip. This bottom foot here, just to the hip. And now, as I lengthen out, I'm going to relax this arm. I don't need to control the overhook so much anymore. And as I lengthen out, I do that elongating of my spine, and I'm going to throw my heel like a spur on my partner's shoulder. Okay, and if my partner now decides to try to flatten me out again, my legs, if you look at the structure of my legs here, it actually is exactly like a single leg X kind of guard. Okay, my feet are in totally different positions, right? This one would be stepping on my partner's hip, and this one would be that butterfly hook on the inside thigh for single leg X. Okay, so they're in completely different positions, but the structure is the same. Okay, I'm going to be pinching my legs together and trying to touch my heel to my knee. And as my partner tries to drive into me here, he can't. Okay, I can keep my posture out. Now, all I'm going to do is I'm going to start to slide my hands down. One's going to cover the shoulder, hooking over the elbow, and the other's going to slide down to the wrist. Okay, and from here, I'm going to look for my Kimura, trying to get the finish before my hands even have space to join together. Just by pulling this elbow towards my belly button and sliding my partner's thumb like I want to slide it up my thigh this way. Okay, so I'm pulling my partner's elbow down towards my belly button here, and I'm pushing his thumb, trying to slide it down my thigh. Okay, you'll probably get the tap very early. If they're flexible and their hand starts to move, a significant distance down here, you will be able to join up a full Kimura grip and finish that way. Okay, so again, from here, let's say I go for a hip sweep, he blocks me, I come down, and I'm already trying to get my overhook position as I come down off of the hip sweep attack. Okay, I block him, I hip out, I step on his hip here. Immediately, once I have that step on his hip, I lengthen out, I relax this arm. Okay, I'm letting it slip out, and I throw my heel on his shoulder. If he tries to stack into me now, I squeeze and touch my knee to my heel like a single leg X. Okay, from here I slide down. Now, of course, just so you know, look, you still have your triangle. You can go for omoplatas here. Okay, so if you have a very strong triangle or a very strong omoplata, you go for it right here. Okay, I like this Kimura because there's no more transitions. I don't need to make any more adjustments. I just slide down to the wrist, cup the elbow, and get my finish right here. Okay, you'll be surprised how quick you can get a finish without even having to join up your hands. Okay.